And we're back to another episode of Let's Play Final Fantasy IX. I'm your host, Nick Legato, and we still got more stuff to do, but we've done a big chunk of it right now, so we should be pretty well off. But before we get too far, there's a few things we want to make sure that we do. Let's go ahead and pick up some of those. Headgear, huh? Let's pick up 3 of those. Now that I have learned the Soul Blade technique and then came back into town. So that's kind of where we're at right now. Let's go ahead and... Oh, we got one in stock, so we're okay there. We don't need a fork. We don't need any of these other weapons here, so we should be okay. Yeah, we should be fine. I just wanted to make sure I picked up the glass armlets and the headgear. And we'll take a look at that in a minute. The headgear teaches Undead Killer, so obviously this is something we're going to want to put on Zidane here so he can learn it. Let's go ahead and ability-wise, since he's got some new skills, let's take a look. He's got the Steel Gill. Steel Gill along with items. Not too bad. Jelly, Bright Eyes, these are all good. It protects against darkness, petrify, all kinds of stuff. Bright Eyes is the way to go, as well as we put on Undead Killer. And we'll take off Protect Girls for the moment, because that is pretty unnecessary at this moment. And we have the option of putting on Antibody or Jelly. Let's go ahead and put on Antibody, but we'll switch that around depending on what enemies are in the area. So, just a heads up. So yeah, I learned Soul Blade, so I took the Ogre off and put on the Butterfly Sword, because we need to learn what's that. Because learning the skills for Zidane all have its use. Oh, well shoot. Well, first and foremost, let's get one of those. I want to get 2 of those. That means I gotta go back and buy 2 more glass armlets. Fine. Not a big deal. There's a reason I want to do this stuff, so as you can see, there's stuff that can be learned from the skills here. The yellow scarf will up Zidane's strength and teach Bird Killer, so let's put that on him, because he's not going to get much out of the glass buckle. The glass buckle is more for mages, mage-type characters, mage and priest-type characters. So, now that we've gotten one of each item from the synthesis shop, we're almost done. Almost ready for the festival here. I'm just trying to get everything sorted out, you know. So yeah, let's pick up 2 of these. There we go. We're all set, so cool. And we never ran out of cash. Actually, one of the things we can do, but we're not going to do it right now because we're not ready to do it, so no, never mind, don't worry about it. We've still got other things to do. So anyway, we are now ready for everything going on here. We've got all of the gear that we need for the moment. We've gotten all the weapons. We've gotten the skills that are kind of necessary to learn. So Zidane should be pretty much set. So we're going to go ahead and head back to the castle. Eventually fly me to the castle and let me see Her Majesty. She makes me kind of warm and hot. Oh, she's total ecstasy. As we're just kind of getting off here. All aboard shore, who's going ashore? Okay, so let's move. Do-do-do-do-do. Running. And we are now back at a familiar place. So our goal now is to go find Her Majesty. Let's see. Princess Garnet. Where are you, woman? First things first. Let's check the sleeping quarters here. Or the guest quarters, per se. And there's Rusty McFinkelstein. Oh my god. Oh, shut up, Steiner, you worrying, whiny little bastard. You just have to get used to that fact of the matter. Let's just make sure we have nothing to do here. Okay, so we've got nothing there to go that's going on, which is fine. So let's keep moving, shall we? We've got to find Her Majesty. I wonder where she went to. How about you? Go ahead and see this guy over here. You jackass. Fine, it's a restricted area. Blow it out his ass, is what I say. What I tell him, blow it out your ass! Heard it somewhere before. She's upstairs. Yeah, we still can't get over there. No. Okay, well I thought it was over there. Sounds like a plan. Anyway. Let's keep moving here. We gotta get a disguise going. Obviously it's not gonna be that. Maybe it's you? Yeah, it's gotta be you. Follow me! Oh, halberd equipped enemy guy thing. What are you doing? No! My erectile virginity! No, just kidding. As we are now in disguise. Alright. Oh look, I'm an officer. Interesting how that worked out. Ugliest piece of armor I've ever seen. But at least it's getting us to where we need to go. Okay, so we don't want to go in there. We want to... It's up one of these stairways here. It's obviously... Is this it? Oh, this might actually be it. Well, let's go ahead and make our way upstairs. Ignore that. Keep going up. And we should be getting the results we are looking for. Sing for me, my angel of music. I was hoping they were going to make out, but she doesn't seem too happy about it. Oh well. Come on, let's make kissy face. Oh, come on, Dagger. Jesus. What a sociopath. Come on. Let's have some fun, woman. Stop worrying about the little stuff. Cibel River. There's a forest. Maybe we can. Maybe. There's South Gate. Neat. Neato. Anything else that we can find through the telescope? Things living there. Living at the marshland, you say. What is this? The Arabs Mountain? Interesting. All kinds of neat stuff that we can find here. So that's about it there to see. As well, she's looking, you know, Zidane's copping a view. You're not helpless. Useless maybe, but not helpless. Yeah, I did it all for you, wench. You should be thankful. You should be putting on knee pads and pleasuring me till my heart's content. Just kidding. Put you to... Oh, God. Might get addicted. Well, maybe a little bit won't kill you. Oh, she think the one she's lonely. Alright, sing for me, my angel of music. Oh, come on. So apparently that's a wake-up call for Steiner. It would appear that the children do not agree, huh? And Vivi had another point of realization as well. So Fratley, where are you? I need you. Come on, you know she's Gaelic. Not Gaelic, Welsh. If she's anything, she's freaking Welsh. Just kidding. Zabolt. And there was actually a character named Zabolt in another Final Fantasy. I forget which one though. There's so many references to previous Final Fantasies in this game. It's still that essence of them trying to make up for Final Fantasy VIII, I feel. The Final Fantasy VIII was a good game. I'm not saying that it's not. It's just I think a lot of people were dissatisfied about where it was going. But not a big deal. Oh man, I totally blew it. Oh yeah, and by the way, for those of you who are really hoping that they go out on a date, much like Cloud and Ares did in Aerith did in Final Fantasy 7. Yeah, it doesn't work out that way, so don't think it would. Don't expect it to. Oh my god. Oh, somewhere in the world that makes me happy. Some kind of creepy festival where they let monsters just terrorize their town. Not that it's a big deal or anything, but, you know. Justice League assemble! That guy's pretty twisted. The hell? Actually, here's the deal. You're gonna find out about the deal in a moment. This whole thing goes down in a very specific way. And I'll tell you guys in a minute. There's no point in me ruining the grapes right now. So, okay, so this is it. The timer was 12 minutes. I'm taking that on, and you, Mr. Vivi. Shut up, Freya. I'll do whatever I want, because I'm a man's man. Oh, God. And now you've apparently brought the wrath of this, I swear, the what is it, the mistress's mother, or whatever it is from Robin Hood. No ding ding without the wedding ring. Alright, so that's it. That's the example. Whoever wins gets a certain item between the three of them. Now, of all the items available, Gil is always nice, yes, but Gil, you actually get 5,000 Gil, which surprisingly isn't a lot of money. Vivi's win is a card, and I believe it's the Lindblum City card, which is a nice card, but you can get that almost anywhere. And last but not least, Freya gets probably the best winnable item, a Coral Ring. You can't get those yet, and the Coral Ring also teaches Freya a very good ability, so in my opinion, the best winning person to win is Freya. And there's a way to go about doing this. Now, if you want to win, easiest thing to do is to go out and kill the Zagnol you saw get released, who will show up in the timer a little later. Vivi, I very rarely see Vivi win, but if you pretty much just kill a bunch of monsters in one district and just sit there, Vivi will win. For Freya to win, it's a little hard, it's a little trickier, but we'll show you how it's done. So, first of all, we've got to get this Battle Royale started. And of course, Dagger and Steiner are rooting for Vivi, who needs all the support possible. Oh, God. And it looks like Vivi's taking another one. Oh, yeah! And there it goes. And so this is the hunting points and how it works. So obviously, but right now, nothing's going to happen, so we can just do kind of whatever we want. And I'll participate a little bit. But one of the things you can do is actually help out the townspeople who are under attack. It's one thing you can do, because apparently some of these guys got let out on accident. Not a big deal, though. Nothing we can't handle. Though you get no experience or AP per battle, so don't assume that you're going to get anything for fighting these guys. Because outright, you get nothing, but you do get points. Points! Hey, we got points! Yay! We are in the lead! Not that we really want to be, but we are. And Gennaro is catching up. There's a bird enemy there, but we're going to ignore him. Like I said, if we can ignore enemies, we will, because we don't want Zidane to win. Uh-oh. That dude's under attack. Come here, hound. So you can see, I'm just ignoring most of the enemies left and right here. Not a big deal. There he is. Go ahead and fight him anyway. So let's go ahead and throw down with this thing. This red fang here. The fang. Easy kill. But as I said, this is very much just a straightforward timed event. So you have to do things, if you want certain rewards and such, you gotta do things in a quasi-certain way. But Vivi's in the lead. There's that flying bird that we're going to ignore. As well as the other one if I have my way. Oh shoot, we haven't fought a bird enemy yet, so let's go ahead and fight one anyway, just for the record, so you can at least say you fought one. Yay, he fought one, yay! We're thrown into a skiff here with one of these clowns. Well, let's see here. What is this? A Trick Sparrow. And there goes the Trick Sparrow. As you can see, we can one-shot pretty much everything. So if you really want to try and win this, then this is the means that you need to go about doing it. And Trick Sparrows are only worth 1 point, so that's why I don't really waste my time with them. If you are trying to win, per se. Lani leads with 49 points. Let's go ahead and head to the Industrial District since we've got about 5 minutes or so to kill before we can take place in the third major section here. Don't worry, it'll all work itself out. this tactic is practically flawless. Not completely, just practically. Go ahead and go ahead and head up. As we get a scene here, let's go ahead and help out that kitty cat that's being chased. I'll save ya, pussycat! As we're running short on time, we're actually just going to fight this battle and head right to the business district, because that's where we got to go next. Ow. Now you're going to get it, Woofy. Slice and dice. So he's toast as well. And this is pretty much the majority of the festival. I mean, you're just running around killing stuff randomly. And hopefully it works out in your favor. Freya's in the lead, that's a good sign. We usually want to also make sure that she's in the lead as we head towards the that Zagnol that we saw get out earlier. He's located in the business district, but he only shows himself at about 4 minutes on the clock. Somewhere in there. It's somewhere between 4 and 5 minutes is where you'll see Zagnol appear. And that's why we're kind of heading over there now, because we got 3 minutes. A little over 3 minutes, so we're going to head that direction immediately. And obviously we may have to do some fighting here, as you can see. That's why I wanted to come here first, because you're actually forced into a few battles against your will. May as well just deal with it now. As we are up against a Trick Sparrow, should be an easy kill. Time to die, birdie. Take that, fool! For the easy kill for the one. Oh no, that Sparrow gave us a lot more. As we're thrown into a fight with a Mew. A Moo. Mew. Mew? Moo? Whatever. Alright. Should be a pretty straightforward battle royale. Alright, he'll be dead probably before he gets an attack off. Oh my god, we missed. And we're getting hit with stone, huh? Well, now you're gonna get it, you little bastard. Oh, he throws a stone at me and gets away with it. Chop chop. Hiya! Booyah! Alright. Kicked his butt. Now let's keep moving. As we are in the lead! Woo! In the lead, yo! As you can see, I'm kind of just hanging out for the moment, because we should be close. Freya's in the lead. Good. It's almost time for that thing to show its ugly mug. This is supposed to be where it appears, is here. As you can see, these two kids are like here. Yeah, why can't you? Something tells me that you shouldn't be standing there where you could easily get murdered by something. No time to be shopping. You don't like shopping? I do. Especially in the middle of a battle. Well, we have a little bit of time to kill. So let's go ahead and fight this guy here. So let's see. Let's throw down against this guy, this Fang, who will be dead very soon. Yeah. Your little bites doesn't do no— oh, come on! I'm gonna try this again. Die. Murdered you, fool. Alright, got that. But Freya's still in the lead here. We're gonna wait a few more seconds, I think, and then we should be able to get the desired scene here. Let's go ahead and head over there now. There he is. Alright. So there's the Zagnol. Now here's where it's really going to be important that you do this in a very specific way. Okay, so here's how this works. You're going to get 80 points for killing this thing, but here's the deal. Only Zidane can kill the Zagnol and get credit. unless you do something specific. But there's some good steals from this guy. So first and foremost, we're gonna have you defend, and you get to use Soul Blade, because the Zagnol attacks with mostly magic attacks. It has a melee attack, but it's not that impressive. But using the Soul Blade skill, we can put a silence on him that is long-lasting. Go ahead and let Freya now attack him, because Freya, again, cannot get the kill. No matter what she does, she can't get the kill. Until a certain juncture. And that's when, we'll get to that in a minute, but we stole the Needle Fork, which is the most important steal. Let's try to steal them both here, though. And you'll also win, too, if the timer runs out. So that's another benefit going your way as well. Let's try and steal again. Alright. So now that we've stolen everything there is to steal, you can see the Zagnol cannot really hurt us at all, as long as he's silenced. Let's go ahead and we're going to have Zidane hit himself here. Yes. Why is Zidane attacking himself? Because if Zidane dies, he loses the tournament, which is the goal. We don't want him to win. We want Freya to win. And this is how Freya's going to win. Pretty much letting Zidane off himself. Which is fine, because Freya can handle anything the Zagnol can throw at her. So she should be fine. Just keep up the the intensity and the pressure, and he only has about 1500 HP. So as you can see, we're doing about 100 a turn, so 15 attacks, give or take. You know, should be enough. You could also use jump if you want, though I don't really rely on it right now. It's kind of a waste of time. You could actually kill him faster without it, per se. Let's see here. We should already be ahead. 12. Either way, you either kill the Zagnol or the timer runs out, and either of those will allow Freya to win. As you can see, I off Zidane just because we could end this maybe 30 seconds faster just meleeing this thing to death. Again, you get no experience points or anything either, so it's not like it's a big deal that you're doing it this way. Just so those of you who are sitting there going, oh my god, what a waste of time! It's not exactly a waste. As we are now waiting still. But yeah, if you kill the Zagnol, there's almost no way you could lose the festival as Zidane. Pretty much. So, just a heads up. We're hit with Heave yet again, but as you can see, we're still standing. We'll beat this sucker down pretty straightforward-like. No, yeah, he should be almost dead. If not, the timer will run out, and we'll still get the same effect. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Die. Nope, he's still standing. And he's still coming out swinging, too. That's okay. Let's see if maybe we can kill him now. No, not quite. I think the timer's actually going to run out. Regardless, we served the purpose here. What we needed to do. Like, those steals are important, because especially the Needle Fork. The Needle Fork you can only steal from this particular Zagnol. And you really do want to make sure that you get it. It's a really good item to have at this point of the game. And you'll find out a little later why, but make sure you get it. No questions asked. Get that item big time. Yeah, she was unable to kill the Zagnol, but that's okay. She should still win, in theory. And Zidane has retired. Lame, but not a big deal. Yep, and it appears that Freya is the winner, and we received the Coral Ring and the Master Hunter, so we received both things anyway. For those of you who were concerned about that. Bring urgent news! Urgent news! Sorry, I was turning my fan on because it was getting hot. Our kingdom is being attacked by some unknown force. We are severely outmatched. Please send reinforcements immediately. Oh Okay, there, right? Interesting. He's dead. Take time to mobilize. Might be black mages like Vivi. Yep, that's what I'm thinking. Stranger, all of a sudden I'm not going to sit back and watch her home get destroyed. You don't know if it... Yeah, that's true. So we don't want to kind of throw ourselves to the wolves, per se. Because doing that, bringing her with us could be dangerous enough as is. They could find some affiliation. So... oh boy. Going by foot leaving from that gate is the best way. So it appears that now it will be a party of Rhea, Vivi, and Zidane here, who will be heading to Bermechia. Or Bermechia? Bermechia? I'm going to say Bermechia. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. But I'm sure on some wiki page somebody actually has the precise pronunciation of the word. Right now we're good. Indeed it is, especially with beef, it's superb! Hmm? What? Now that you mention it, I feel just fine. It's not poison, it's just medicinal herbs Zidane gave me. Never experienced it as I have. I am sorry, Princess, I cannot follow any order that might put your life in danger. Princess of Alexandria, there must be something I can do! Yeah, bring your mother an all-you-can-eat buffet. And that's not a joke either. That's how you keep her, that kind of person, preoccupied. Wake up, fool! He still seems like he's out. Oh, no, now Vivi's waking up. Alright, so, we are now in control. Yay! I don't know why they put Freya in the back row. She really belongs in the front row. Well, actually, I think she still belongs in the front row. Yeah, I don't understand why they put her in the back row. I mean, you could leave her in the back row and let her use nothing but jump all the time. That's not a good strategy. Alright, Dragon Killer. Rubber helm is useless. Doesn't really teach her anything. Let's put the bronze helmet on. As the iron helm teaches that stuff, yes, we do want her to learn Bug Killer nonetheless. Bronze glove is good, and then we'll do these two a little later. The bronze armor teaches Bird Killer, so let's go ahead and put that on her as well. Yeah, I know it sounds weird doing it this way, but it's a really good idea. And let's go ahead and put the coral ring on. For Vivi, he still doesn't have a new upgraded item yet for his weapon. And the headgear and the leather hat are shitty options as well. The glass armlet's a good upgrade. The silk shirt to the cotton robe is obviously a huge upgrade. As you can see, it just ups him so much. And the glass buckle is the way to go. So that should help out Antibody a bit, because we have 2 skills doubling up for the Antibody, and that should be fine. And Zidane is right where he needs to be, and then obviously when he learns what's that, we'll put the Ogre back on. But for now, this is the setup. Let's go into abilities and equip Freya properly here with as many killers as we can get away with. Maneater's a good one as well. We'll talk about why later. There we go. So she's all set as well. Vivi, we'll need to get some Antibody on him, and there we go. So let's take a look real quick. We're equipped with some of the good stuff here. We have another cotton robe and whatnot. Look in our inventory. These are some things you're going to want to make sure you have. You want to make sure you have number 1, a glass armlet, and a glass buckle. Do we have another glass buckle? Yes, we do. We have another cotton robe as well, so we should be okay. These are the things that you need. You know, but we are actually short on a hat. We don't have one either. Let me see. Thought we had another one, but I guess not. Nah, we don't have it. The steeple hat was what I was looking for, but that's okay. We'll get one later. I must have used it to make my cotton robes, and I didn't take it off of, you know who, off of, no, that's not right. I just don't have one. Alright, whatever. Okay, so, since we're out of, well, we could probably buy a steeple hat. Maybe. Let's go see if we can buy one. And if we can't, then we won't bother with it. Not a big deal. The benefit of the steeple hat is that we're going to be getting a character who will actually use that stuff. So that's kind of why I want to make sure that we can try and get it. Because you notice there's 3 characters in the party. There should be one more. We will find a 4th one, and if you don't get these items now, like the needle fork, you'll regret it. Because that is the weapon that a character happens to use. But we'll talk about, I don't want to ruin too much regarding that. We'll talk about that in a little bit. We have to make our way over there. I think we're in the business district. Which is where we want to be. Yes. Okay, so let's keep moving now. So we're going to head over to the weapon shop and see if they have that item we're looking for. And if not, it's not a big deal. You know, it's not the end of the world if they don't have it. It's the end of the world! The end of the world! Just kidding. Alright. Come on. Oh my god, I'm stuck! I'm trapped! I'm trapped! I'm really, really trapped. Let's see here. I don't think he has steeple hats, though. Oh, yes, he does. Okay, so... well, first things first, let's go ahead and buy... Actually, what I should do is this. Since we have the wrists, we can actually start making some real serious money here. I would like to make serious money. There's really no use for the rubber helm right away, but you know, there kind of is. I need to have to sell stuff and I don't know if I need it or not. For later. I'm not thinking that far ahead. Let's sell some eye drops. There we go. Remedies sell for a lot. That should give us the money we need. So here's what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy a steeple hat. But we're going to make a... I'm going to start doing the trick, and I'm going to show you what that trick is. I think this is the time we can do it. Since we have all those wrists, we can actually start making cotton robes. And here's what I'm going to do. See, we can make the cotton robe. So let's make the cotton robe. And I'm going to show you a trick here. And this is the trick I was mentioning earlier. We do want to make sure we leave here with one steeple hat, but for the moment we don't need to worry about it. So let's go ahead and do this. And we're going to sell the cotton robe. And it sells for 2,000. So it cost us 1,230 gil to make. So, and all in all, the profit is about 600 gil. And so that's what we're going to be doing right now, is we're going to be buying us some steeple hats to help us invest in the cotton robes to sell. So I'm going to go ahead and do a bunch of that, as much of it as I have the patience to do, and I'll show you how much money we make off of it. We'll see it when we finish. Okay, so now that I've done all that, here's the interesting news. I made 70,000 gil using that little trick there with the cotton robe. It took me all of maybe 10 minutes to do, just running back and forth between the stores, and since I didn't have a lot of gil to start with, it took a little longer, but it was all part of the plan. The reason that it gets done that way, it's very important to do it, so make sure that you do it, because that's a lot of gil at this stage of the game. It's more gil than we've ever been able to muster together in one run. So it's a great little trick. The risks themselves are really cheap, so it's good to get a head start now. The other reason it's good to do now is because later in the game, 70,000 gil is not a lot of gil. So this is more like an early boost for you. And at the end of doing all of that, you get 2 robes, cotton robes to keep for yourself, and I bought 3 steeple hats. And I still have a ton of money. So we went from like 5,000 gil to 70,000 in 10 minutes worth of time, which definitely makes that little bit of endeavor, it makes that endeavor worth it. So what you're doing is you're buying steeple hats, and you're mixing steeple hats and wrists at the synthesis shop to make cotton robes. It costs you around 1,600 or 1,400 to do it, including the cost of the wrists and the steeple hats. But you're making 600 gil in profit because the wrists sell, ironically, for 2,000 gil. They sell for twice as much as it's worth. And because it sells for twice as much as it's worth, it helps every bit. Let's see. Oh shoot, which gate do we want to go to? Well, it doesn't matter, but there's some items to find at the other gate, so we'll head to the Dragon's Gate. But I think it was the Serpent's Gate? No, it was the Dragon's Gate. So let's go back really quick. Raiju, Serpent's Gate. Anyway, but that's the real neat thing about doing that, and that's why it's worth the trouble to get as many wrists as you can afford in the beginning, back in the village of Dali, because you can't buy them really anywhere else, to my knowledge. You can't really buy them in many places. And at this point of the game, we do not have the ability to pretty much free travel anywhere we want. And because we cannot really do the free travel, like via airship or, boat or any other means, we can't travel around any other way, you may as well do it this way. So anyway, this is the dock. There's nothing here. I thought there was something here, but it appears that I am wrong, yet again. My memory is failing me. Let's head to the Dragon's Gate, as there are things to actually do there. Let's get off here, and there should be something here. There it is. I knew there was a tent down here. There's also an item shop, I think. Let's see what he has. Something tells me this guy has... Okay, he has nothing really important, but he does carry some goodies. Go ahead and take 5. Let's go ahead and, since we have the extra cash now, let's go ahead and add more to our inventory as far as, these kind of things go. Since we can afford it now. Let's go ahead and take a few more tents with us. There we go. And obviously there's a Moogle here, and this is one of the Moogles that we want to talk to, from Stillskin to Moontea. I left Windbloom and headed north. I walked through the mist in Gizmo the Duke to reach Bermechia. For the very first time, it's raining as expected. I was going to put an accent behind it, but I chose not to. Anything else? Okay. So what do we have? We have Mogkit Atla. Okay. So let's go ahead, and since I think we should be at full health, and we definitely are, let's go ahead and we're going to save. And on the next episode of Let's Play Final Fantasy IX, we find the mysterious 4th character and do a lot of extra little things that we can do, side quests and stuff. So we'll see you on the next episode of Let's Play Final Fantasy IX.